In this video, I'd like to demonstrate how to use Prezi. And so you'll need to go to Prezi.com and click on Get Started. And this is the important part. From here, it looks like you have to pay for Prezi, but there's actually a secret way for educators to get Prezi for free. And so scroll down here to where it says Students and Teachers and Educational Licenses. And now you see that this Enjoy option with the main features of Prezi is free for you. So you can click continue in the green box. And from here you're going to need to enter your district issued email account because they want to make sure that you're a legitimate educator. So you'll want to use the email address for your district or your school that you're attending and click on verify. So Prezi will send you an email. You'll click on the link in the email to verify your account, and then you'll be logged into Prezi. So once you get logged in, you're going to see a blue button for New Prezi, or you can also click here in this blank square on New Prezi, but either way it's going to get you to where you need to go. And the first thing that it does is give you a lot of different template options, and this is actually a good feature of Prezi because I have to tell you, when they first came out they didn't have a lot of templates and it was pretty confusing to make one that didn't make people seasick. So these templates do a good job of sort of giving you a framework to start with. For the purposes of this demonstration, I'm going to choose the Road Ahead template because if you remember from week 1, I love to show my students where we're headed in the beginning. So this I feel like would be a good Prezi to demonstrate that. So I'm going to click the Road Ahead and click Use Template. Okay, and from here you'll see that you're kind of in edit mode. And Prezi has every frame of this Prezi listed over here to the left, so you can actually click through these frames to see sort of the pathway of the Prezi. So you see frame 2 zooms out to show the big picture. Frame 3 brings you to that first little text area, and then frame 4, frame 5, so it kind of takes you down the road, down the pathway to illustrate this journey. So I'm going to go back to the first frame, frame 1, and it just says click to add title. So here, if you remember from week 1, I really like to show where we're headed, so that's what I'm going to name my Prezi. And maybe as a subtitle I could put the name of my class. Okay, so that's all I need to do to edit the first frame. For the second frame, it's going to basically zoom out to show the big picture. I do want to keep that, and I'm not going to edit anything there. But I'm going to head to the third frame because this is where in my presentation I might show learning goals for week 1. Or in your case, perhaps it's learning goals for a unit. If you're trying to show a big picture and break down the parts, this is where you can do it. So I've just copied and pasted my learning goals from this course into this slide, and I'll do the same for let's go on to slide 4, and I'm going to say this is week 2 and add in my objectives from week 2. Okay, so while you're editing, I want to kind of alert you to some things that can happen that can throw you off, but to show you a way that you can always get back to where you need to be. So if you're using your mouse, it's very easy to accidentally scroll away from the frame that you're working on and to kind of get disoriented on where you're at in the canvas, because you can use your mouse to click and drag to get to different areas of the canvas. What I always tend to do is just always come back over here and click back to where I need to be. So if I need to be on frame 4, I can click back here and quickly get to that area of my canvas. Okay, so quickly continuing on, I'm going to add in my week 3 learning objectives and my week 4 learning objectives. And finally, I'll add in my week 5 objectives here on this slide. Okay, so if I want to zoom out to see how this looks so far, I can just scroll up here on the left and go back to slide 1, or actually slide 2 to see the actual big picture. And you can see my frames here. Here's 1, here's 2 is the big frame, 3 is this frame, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And you see there are some frames back here that are blank, and I can actually, if I don't need them, I can just delete them. So if I click here on slide 8 and then click on Edit Path at the bottom, I can roll back over slide 8, and you see there's a little X that appears at the top right corner, and I can X that slide out and X the next one and the next one. So basically my path will go from 7 now to 8, which is my goal path. I can click on Done up here in the upper right hand corner when I'm finished editing the path, and then I can click here on frame 8 to change this text here if I need to. And then the last frame is again showing the big picture. So this gives you a good start with working with Prezi templates, and I would recommend starting with the templates first before you try to make your own Prezi. But once you kind of get the hang of it, it's actually very easy, and it can create some dynamic presentations that can help you present content in new and interesting ways. So I encourage you to look through some of the templates that they have to see how you can present content in ways that show students connections between concepts, in ways that illustrate processes, and in ways that can show students a journey in their learning path of where they're headed and what the small parts towards that reaching that goal would be, just like this template here. So once you're finished with your template, all you need to do to show it to someone is to click on Present, and that actually brings it up like this in a full screen, and you can click at the bottom to advance your slide. So here's my first frame, second frame, third frame, and so on. And so I could use another tool like Gene to record myself walking through this Prezi and then show it as a video to my students, or I could just embed this Prezi in a soft chalk lesson or on my Weebly website, or just send out the link to students and parents. So lots of different ways to share your Prezi, and I hope that you will reach your goal of getting to experiment with it and see some value in using it.